Hello and welcome to Mickeyology, where we take Disney a little too seriously. I'm Austin Rathall, and today we're examining the Disney movie that's part swashbuckler, part western, part fantasy, part fairy tale, and all animated classic, Peter Pan. We're going to try to determine when and where the movie takes place, but Peter Pan is a difficult movie to place because most of it takes place in Neverland, a fantasy world outside of time. You get there by flying to the stars, and once you arrive, you don't seem to age. So clearly Neverland exists outside of earthly history and geography, so it would be difficult, maybe even impossible, to determine when and where it exists. Luckily, the beginning and end of Peter Pan take place here on Earth, and those scenes give us many clues as to the film's earthly setting. So let's find out where the darling children lived and when they flew away to follow Peter Pan. The movie opens with a narrator telling us that the story takes place
in London. It happened on a quiet street in Bloomsbury.
Therefore, we instantly know the exact location of the movie, the area of Bloomsbury in London, England. However, we still don't know when in English history the movie takes place. But we may be able to find out if we examine the London landmarks that we see in the movie and determine when they were built. Peter Pan and the darling children fly onto the face of Big Ben, London's famous clock tower. Big Ben's clock was installed in 1859, so the movie can't take place before that. We also see London's Tower Bridge in the movie. Tower Bridge opened in 1894, which means the movie actually can't take place any earlier than that year. So we know the movie can't take place any earlier than the 1890s, but how long after the 1890s could it occur? To find out, let's examine some animated artifacts. Props are often useful clues about when a movie takes place. Although only a few scenes of the movie happen before the darlings leave for Neverland, those scenes contain a lot of props. It stands to reason that determining when these props were invented would give us an idea of when the movie takes place, especially if any of the props were invented after the 1890s. However, most of the props in the Darling house are objects that were invented before the 1890s. The false shirt front Mr. Darling wears is called a dicky, and they were introduced in the 1840s. That dicky turns up covered in colored chalk, which was invented back in 1814. Mr. Darling trips on his children's spelling blocks, and blocks like these date back to the 1850s. There is, however, one object in the Darling's room that was invented after the 1890s, this hanger. The hanger John is playing with has curved brown shoulders. The brown color suggests that it's supposed to be made of wood or cardboard. J.T. Batts was a pioneer in wooden hanger manufacturing, and he received a patent for a wooden hanger shaped like John's in 1904. This means the very earliest year in which the Darlings would be likely to own a hanger like this would be 1904. One more prop in this scene may help us determine when the film takes place: the bedroom lamp. This appears to be a gas or oil lamp, giving light from a flame rather than electricity. London homes swapped gas light for electric light around the 1930s. So together, the hanger and lamp tell us that Peter Pan must take place sometime between 1904 and the 1930s. There's one more clue to when the film takes place, but it doesn't come from the film itself, but rather from its advertising. In 1952, Disney released a 12-minute TV video called The Peter Pan Story to advertise the upcoming release of Peter Pan. The video gave viewers a look at the making of the movie along with a sneak peek at some finished footage. At one point, the video shows some backdrop art from the movie, including this bird's-eye view painting of London. The narrator describes this painting this way.
Here, the city of London back in 1904.
So the narrator says this painting shows London in 1904. Now, setting the movie in 1904 would make perfect sense because that was the year that the original Peter Pan stage play debuted. It also aligns perfectly well with all the other evidence that we've examined. Therefore, we can safely conclude that Peter Pan does indeed take place in that year. Based on the movie's landmarks, props, and advertising, I'm placing Peter Pan in London, England in 1904. So there you have it. That is my theory for when and where Disney's Peter Pan takes place. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this video and when and where you think the movie takes place. Also, please let me know which Disney movie you would like me to analyze next. I analyzed this movie because it was requested in the comments, and I look forward to seeing more requests come through. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that our channel has a chance to grow and you don't miss another video. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.